Okay, what's going on YouTube? This is BJJ artist, as you can see by my channel name. This is my first YouTube video. Don't worry if you hear noise in the background. That's my nephew playing Resident Evil.
Operation Raccoon City.
Shut up. Anyway, I want to talk about people with disabilities in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. For those of you who don't know, I am a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu Black Belt. I've been training Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu for about 7 years, and I happen to have cerebral palsy. So I'm going to talk about that disability in particular, because that's the one I have, so that's the one I know. The reason I first got into Jiu-Jitsu was I wanted physical therapy that was fun and didn't hurt, because traditional physical therapy is shit, to be honest. Anyone who's ever taken it, who hasn't had an injury, anyone with a disability who knows their body will tell you that truthfully, physical therapy doesn't do shit for you but annoy you and put you in more pain than you are when you wake up in the morning. So I wanted to do something that was fun and productive, gave me physical activity but didn't hurt. And I always liked the martial arts. And I saw UFC 1, just like everybody else. I thought that stuff was cool. So I started training Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu under Lloyd Irvin in 2005. I left his school in early 2006 for personal reasons. And then I started training with my current coach, Miguel Marquez, in 2008. And on December 7, 2011, I got my black belt. Now, that's enough about me. On to the topic of the video. Why should people with cerebral palsy train Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu? The main reason is it's therapy. It's very therapeutic, and it teaches you how to use your body in a way that a therapist or a doctor can't, because it goes against all the conventional movements, but at the same time it's very, very natural. Your body doesn't do anything it can't naturally do. Second reason, if you like sports and you like contact, this is the sport for you, because it's nothing but contact. There's no striking, so you won't get hurt, but it's very, very physical. Third reason would be just to get out of the freaking house. Because being in the house, when you have a disability, you are dependent on other people to do a lot of things for you. So especially if you're a teenager or even a young kid, if you're in that stage in your life, you're really dependent on the things your mom does and the things your dad does and the doctors and whatever, because you know how they love to cut on you and make you more useless. So it just gets you out of the house and gives you something to do. And the fourth reason is it's a very community thing. You meet people, and you just get other people to talk to who aren't the people with disabilities, and you get to explain yourself, which you will eventually not like doing, but it will allow you to get another circle of friends other than the people who walk with a limp or who are in a wheelchair or who happen to be your brother's friend, or you get your own group of friends that's different from your chair buddies. Um, Now, there are a lot of things about jujitsu that might have people scared. Such as um, you look it up online and you see all these submissions and things like that. What I say about that is find a really good coach in your area, and there's tons of coaches. Just look up online. Just put in Brazilian Jiu Jitsu, put in the word in, wherever you live, Google, enter. You'll find tons of coaches. Within like a 100-mile radius, I guarantee you'll find at least 3, regardless of where you live. You could live in Alaska. There are BJJ coaches in Alaska. If you live in the United States, you'll find somebody.
If you live in Brazil, you'll definitely find that.
Oh yeah, Brazil is not a problem. My nephew just mentioned that. If you live in Brazil, you should have found somebody yesterday. um, the one thing to remember is, I'll give you this to remember. Always remember that you know your body, but you need to listen to your coach, because your coach has been doing jiu-jitsu longer than you have. So, if there's something that you cannot do, tell him or her, because there are very good women's coaches out here. Don't sleep on her just because she's a girl. She'll choke you out just like the rest of them. So, but back to what I'm saying. Always listen to your coach, but know your body. If it hurts, don't do it. Like, I have a metal rod in my hip, so I don't go upside down. I don't play upside down guard and do all the flippy fancy stuff, because I can't do it. It hurts. So I don't do it. Always listen to your coach. Drill forever. Drill incessantly. But if you can't do it, modify it and tell your coach. Your coach will modify it for you based on your body. Because you need to also be aware that there's some things you won't be able to do. You're not going to be able to do everything. For instance, because of my cerebral palsy, I have very low use of my legs. So I'm not going to throw triangles like you saw Royce Gracie do in the first UFC against Dan Severn. If you can find that, it's probably on YouTube, so look it up. UFC 1, Royce Gracie, Dan Severn. So I'm not going to throw triangles. But that's just because of my body. You might be able to do it. So don't, just because your coach teaches something you're not able to do, doesn't mean you shouldn't learn it. Also, you also have to because you have to learn how to defend these things. Because when you spar, they're gonna do it to you. They don't care that you don't have use of your legs, or your right arm doesn't extend all the way. They don't care. They're gonna triangle you just like they triangle everybody else. So you need to watch how those techniques are applied and be ready for them. So like I said, I'm at 9 minutes right now, so I'm going to cut this video. The point of this video is to get other people like me involved in jiu-jitsu because it's fun. So hit up Google, find yourself a jiu-jitsu school, and have some fun. Until next time.
I just died.